Thank you everyone for joining us at this time of things falling apart and things coming together. And this time of disintegration and falling apart is perhaps the opportunity for the rebirth and the new higher order to come through. So let's hold that focus for unity and upliftment and new beginnings and new awarenesses, the new focus coming more clearly into shape. So I invite you to take a moment and breathe. Notice your breath, bringing your attention from your head to your heart. And I'm finding a connection deeply into the earth. There's a team in Sedona, Arizona right now in the rocks. And so I'm anchoring also through the rocks in Sedona. So find our deepening energetic vibration here where you are in time and space. And now breathing that energy up from beneath, out through your center and out the top of your head, flowing around the sides and down below. And back up again and around and down. And now opening the upward, the flow from the heavens, from the celestial grace, from the center of the universe down through this time, this space, this moment, this being, down through the center and down into the earth, and back up around the outsides. So you have a flow coming through the center and out the top, and down the center and up the outsides. So you have a flow going in both directions. And now come back to your center in your heart. And find that place in front of your spine, in back of your spine. Find the center of your spine. Find that place, the sacral center behind your belly button, in front of your spine. And now drop back into the spine. And coming up the spine now to the right behind your heart. And now drop backward into that space where your energy flows inward to your soul, through your soul group, into the infinite, the place of the infinite where there is well-being, there's grace, there's peace, there's harmony, there's freedom, there's prosperity. As you drop back in and are held by that place of well-being. Allow yourself to be cradled, to be embodied with that well-being. Allow that well-being now to flow through from the center and surrounding you like a bubble and receiving on all sides that well-being. So you're now enveloped in a flow of well-being above and below and on all sides. And the donut of well-being is flowing from below and from above and from within to without. And you are standing in that center, enveloped in well-being. And now as you're enveloped in well-being, where is there any restriction? Any part of your physical body that is resistant to well-being, let's smooth that out now. Soften, 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 melt, 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 melt. Any bit that is in a barrier to receiving physical well-being. Softening, 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 receiving that well-being softly into all of the tissues of your body, all of the bits of the earth that are within your body, all the minerals, all the crystals, all the part of your physical body that will return to the earth when your spirit leaves. Bless each little molecule of that earth element in your body. And now all of the water molecules, blessing each of those water molecules gently, 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 uplifting, uplifting, uplifting those water molecules in your physical body that they can hold that higher vibration of well-being, stable, stable, stable. And now blessing all the excretions of the water molecules from your body, the sweat, the tears, the breath, the urine, the sweat, the lymph, all of the ways that the liquids in your body are emitted back out to the atmosphere, blessing all that vapor with higher level of well-being, so that you are part of the flow of well-being from within to without, with it well-being flowing from within through you and out of you. Through you and out of you. Receiving well-being and expressing well-being. Through your breath, from your lungs, and now finding that well-being in your emotional body. And where are there any bits, any barbs, any thorns that are hanging on? Let's just soften those in your emotional body. Any barriers to well-being, any thorns where well-being would get snagged and get stuck. Softening, softening, softening. And allowing well-being to flow through your emotions. And now your mental body. Find any, yes, any little negative thoughts, any fears, any doubts, any smooth that out, smooth that out, smooth out those thoughts that are not well-being, and allow well-being to flow through your mental body, through your thoughts. So that well-being is flowing from the center through you, through your thoughts, and thoughts of well-being are flowing out to bless others. There's a little catch there. So let's just let go. Let go of what is that? What is it resistance to well-being flowing through your thoughts? Softening, 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 lightening, lightening. Joyfully expressing well-being through your words, through your thoughts. And now as your bubble is filled to overflowing with well-being of body, emotions, mind, and spirit, savor that bubble of well-being. And any little bits that are still, polish the windows, clear out anything that doesn't feel like well-being. Let it just evaporate, let it melt, let it uplift into the higher vibration of well-being. And now let's merge, let's find where our bubbles all overlap. Your bubble and my bubble and the bubbles of everyone listening to this. Find that place of overlap in the center, that place of oneness. And energize that place of oneness. And let's put in our loved ones. Add our loved ones to that place of well-being. So their well-being is amplified. And now let's find that place of unity. Let's find the place where your well-being and my well-being and someone else's well-being overlap, even when we might disagree on the details. If we have an essence of well-being in common, let's energize that. And focus on that. Well-being and unity, amplifying, expanding. And now let's expand that across our community, to our neighbors and friends, to our local government, that our local government will make decisions of well-being for all. And to our state government, that our state government will make decisions of well-being for all. And let's actually align some. I'm wanting some divine intervention. Let's call in a higher level of well-being from the angelic realm, from the light of Christ within each being, through the decisions, through the decision makers. Their decisions expand well-being for all. Let's expand that well-being across our region, across our country. The decision makers are influenced by well-being. And that this higher order of well-being is flowing through. So we're still expanding well-being across decision makers, across the influence on our decision makers such that their decisions come from well-being and expand well-being. And holding a space with the archangels, asking for their guidance of our decision makers, such that well-being is the flow. And that unity is the result. So this strong, vibrant fullness, full energy of well-being is strengthening, is palpable. Who all can we bless with this time of this moment of well-being? We bless the people who are afraid. Let us bless the people's fears, that they be upturned to confidence, to love, to prosperity. And that choices and decisions are mitigated through well-being. Opening to receive and allow a greater flow of abundance, opening and receiving a greater flow of aliveness, opening and receiving the flow of a greater level of surrender, opening and receiving a greater flow of guidance, higher level, higher vibration guidance, uplifting the guidance, uplifting the guidance, uplifting the guidance, coming from within. The solutions won't come from the old way of thinking. The solutions need to come from this inner place of creative, spiritual authority, connecting to the divine within. Allowing this higher level of awareness to flow through us, through our connection to this broader community that can ride on this higher vibration of well-being. And now let's bless this 8 o'clock grid work of people connecting into well-being at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. such that they can feel uplifted when they tune in. They can feel their fear being uplifted. And we give thanks for this opportunity to be of service to all of humanity at this time. To those people who are able to hear this higher vibration of well-being transforming fear. Into these new opportunities for well-being for all who can tune in, tap in, align with the higher force of well-being flowing through. And now coming back gently, easily to your bubble. Finding your feet solidly anchored in the earth. Anchoring in time and space. Finding the rest of the day, and the people you'll encounter in the rest of the day. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Allowing this higher flow of well-being to go with you through your next days. Sending out a path of light and love that you can walk on gently. Blessings and peace. So it is.